Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. With today's videos we are going to talk about barbell positioning when we want to squat. Now, first of all, why are we having these videos today? Simply because people tend to mistakenly put the bar on different positions every time you perform a squat. Now, you need to understand that depends where the bar goes, you're gonna have different training effect on your body. We have low bar, we have the high bar, we have the hybrid, we have front rack, and then we need to look at hands positioning. It depends if you're suffering of rounded shoulders or not. So we are going quickly to discuss all these points. So high bar, how does it look like? The high bar is placed on the top of your traps, right behind your neck, and that position tends to work more on your quads than it will do a low bar. Usually people who are more knees dominant on the squat, they're gonna prefer this positioning. They can also perform the low bar, but this will be the one, the less favorite. So if you are an Olympic weightlifter, or if you're a sprinter or a bike sprinter, you're gonna prefer this option, simply because it focuses the weights more on the quads instead of hamstrings and glutes. On the opposite, the low bar tends to engage more glutes and hamstrings when you're gonna go down for your squat. The difference is mainly related to the angles and gravity lines that you need to follow with this bar. Generally, people can lift more weight on the low bar, but you're gonna have to lean forward a little bit more than you will do on a high bar. This can also be a bit uncomfortable if you are not having the right thoracic mobility or shoulders mobility to get the bar down and locked in that particular position. One I use the most is the hybrid position, which means it's not really high, it's not really low, it's something in between, and I tend to feel very comfortable with this bar positioning when I squat. I can still hold a quite upright position on this kind of barbell positioning, but when I am at the bottom of the squat, I can still feel glutes and hamstrings ready to fire. Now let's talk about hands positioning. Your hands, first of all, needs to be the same distance from each other, so you can place your head right in the middle of the bar. You don't want to be off balance, so make sure that you use reference points like the rings on a barbell, so you know what you're doing. Simply try to misplace your hands and you realize that you will not be in the middle of the bar anymore. But how wide or narrow you need to go? Well, it depends. Generally, you try to get as close as possible to your shoulders, to your body with your hands, so you can have a more locked position when you squat, the bar will move less, and you will be creating more stiffness when you perform the exercise. If your shoulders cannot take that, you will feel like you've been crucified. It will be a punishment. You need to make sure that you place your hands where you can comfortably squat all the way down without rounding your shoulders forward. So if you need, go a little bit wider and see how it feels. If you look at powerlifters, they tend to go really wide on their stance with their hands, and this is because they're benching a lot of weight, they're doing very often, and the shoulder mobility has been reduced. Another thing you could do is go thumbless. What does it mean? It means that you're gonna avoid squeezing the bar with your full hand and go and turn the thumbs outside of the bar. In that way, for some reason, you're gonna reduce the shoulder pressure. It's gonna feel more comfortable to hold on your back. In any case, once you're ready to go for your squat, remember you need to squeeze the bar hard on your hands. It's gonna create more stiffness around your arms. It's gonna hold the bar steady where it is. If you don't, if you keep your hands loose, you're gonna find your barbell rolling on your back and changing position, and so the angle of your squat, it will feel highly uncomfortable, especially with the heavy weights. That's it for today, guys. That's all I want to talk about. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.